Hello, everybody. Now it's my turn to introduce Owen, talking about his top 10 favorite games of all time. And we're starting out with Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Yeah, this one I just added into recently. I started the game. I started playing it and like dating myself a bit, September 1st ish, and it took me like 2 weeks to perfect it. Very easy game, very fun game if you're into Metroidvania style games. This one's a very good one. The dialogue's very good. The boss fights are fun. It's just the way they utilize the different props and stuff, and it goes along from the previous games in the series. Risky's Revenge is the one that came out before it, and then the original Shantae for the Game Boy Color. The story is really good. You wouldn't expect it out of like this type of game to have an interesting story, but I think it's pretty interesting. And the dialogue, once again, is very funny. And the different equipment you pick up, because yeah, you know.
9. Well, I understand. We got Sonic Adventure 2. I can talk with this too. It's a great game.
Yeah, probably my favorite Sonic game of all time. It was close between this and Sonic 3. I like those two games a lot. This is the only 3D Sonic game besides Colors I can really play, though. I can't really get into the 3D Sonic games that much. But yeah, very good game. I like the hero mode. I like the dark mode. As you can see, you're playing as Dr. Eggman right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's a great franchise in particular.
No. I don't think so either.
But this is definitely like against the grain. It's a great game. It's super fun. A great story as well. And 8, Left 4 Dead 2.
So here's my Valve entry. If you saw Holden's video, you saw his Valve entry was Half-Life 2. Mine is Left 4 Dead 2. This game, it's probably the only FPS game I can play consistently for a long period of time. All the characters are great. The mechanics are easy to grasp, I guess.
Yeah, it was hard for me to leave it out of my top 10. It's probably 11 if we were to go beyond. It's extremely fun. The mods keep it going. It's fun to play with friends. For me, it's even fun to play alone.
It's definitely interesting also with the special infected, which you saw in Left 4 Dead 1 as well, like just an interesting concept.
And the musical cues are awesome. How it tinkers off, and it's hilarious with mods. If you have Waluigi and Squidward and Shrek,
different things for each thing.
Yeah, it's just hilarious. Always a fun game. Very arcadic.
Yep.
7, Castle Crashers.
So probably my favorite beat 'em up style game is Castle Crashers. Another multiplayer game. Ideally, if you're playing by yourself, what are you doing? But I like the way each night has its own little features, I guess.
Yeah.
Every night is different from every other night. It's just, if you have 3 friends, I recommend playing this. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. And what was your favorite color you would always pick?
The one I would always pick would be orange or yellow. We would get into a debate back in the day if it was orange or yellow, but that was probably my favorite. But yeah, I like all 4 of these colors right here. These are like the iconic quartet, I guess.
Yeah.
The blue, red, green, and orange. But yeah, Castle Crashers.
Great game. And next, 6, Final Fantasy 6. I don't know why this.
So Final Fantasy 6. 7's really good too, but 6 just out-edged it. I think it has the best antagonist. I think it has the best protagonist over Cloud and Sephiroth in 7. I think Terra and Kefka are pretty fucking cool, and I think I want to have an adaptation of Final Fantasy games as a TV show, not like a live action show, because that never works out. But if it was like an animated series, I think that'd be pretty cool, because this has some element like legitimately could be a really good TV show. A very interesting story. There's so many characters in this game that you can delve upon into like a TV show type deal.
Yeah, that Final Fantasy franchise is great. And number 5, Super Mario Galaxy.
I think it often gets overlooked because a lot of people, at least in the bubble I'm in, I don't know about the entire population, but in the bubble I'm in, a lot of people prefer Sunshine or 64. They like those games over Galaxy, but I think Galaxy is very underrated. And I like the atmosphere of being in space versus being at a pier or like at Peach's castle.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite 3D Mario game by far. Galaxy 2 is also very good. It's also the first 3D Mario game I've played. Was the one because it was for the Wii and I owned a Wii, so it's easy to access. But yeah, great game. It's like the zero gravity and stuff.
The mechanics, in the game is very unique and what I really like. I prefer Sunshine.
That's
but
fair. That's fair.
It's a great game. And number 4, Pokemon Emerald. Okay, I agree.
My favorite Pokemon game. Gen 3, I think, is the best generation just because I grew up with it. That's the first generation I got into Pokemon with. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, I have that bias. But, yeah, I think Hoenn expanded upon Kanto and Johto much greater detail. It's like 2 times the size of both regions. Mm-hmm. And I think the Pokemon are unique. The antagonists are, whatever. But
it's a Pokemon game.
You're right. You can't really get too much into the lore of it. But Rayquaza is one of my favorite legendaries. And you're about to see him here. He's coming out of the sky. Yeah, Emerald's really cool. I like it a lot.
I agree. I think it's the best Pokemon. There's still, even to this day, so much to do.
Right.
Versus the other Pokemon games. And that's what just makes it such a great game. Especially as a kid, I remember fondly. I didn't play Pokemon much, but Emerald was the game I played a lot.
It's a great game.
And it's my favorite generation.
Very hard to come by the cartridge of it nowadays because it's so rare.
Yeah, unless you want a fake one.
Yeah.
But, 3, Crash Bandicoot Warped.
Also known in Europe as Crash Bandicoot 3. But yes, this is the first Naughty Dog game I have on this list. I guess technically this remake wasn't by Naughty Dog, it was by Toys for Bob or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. Great platformer. I grew up with Crash Bandicoot. I played with my cousin all the time. This one is easily the best in the original trilogy. Crash 1, too fucking brutal. It's so hard. Not even replayable in my opinion. It's okay. It's not that bad. If you're trying to get 100%, it's terrible. Crash 2, more bearable. Crash 3, way more bearable. And there's vehicle levels in this game, as you can see. Yeah. Coco's flying a plane. I think that's pretty cool.
A lot more to do than Crash Bandicoot 1 also.
Yeah. Crash Bandicoot 1's very bare bones compared to 2 and 3. But yeah.
Number 2, Super Mario Bros. 3.
My favorite Mario game of all time. This and Mario World, I was between though. Mario World's also very good. But Mario 3, it's when Mario actually had more. I think it's when it finally added upon it because Mario 1 and Mario 2 or whatever. They're just regular platformers. But Mario 3, I think, added a lot more. There's kind of a story, not really. It's a Mario
power-ups, yeah.
But it's the Mario franchise is probably my favorite video game franchise of all time. Just to put it there, because I love Mario. I also recently saw the Mario movie for the first time, so
I saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
It's a funny movie. Yeah.
But Mario 3.
It's a good pick. And number 1, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
So, if you saw Holden's list, spoiler alert, he had it at number 2. I have it at number 1. We both agree it's an amazing game. It's my second Naughty Dog game I have on the list. My favorite Uncharted game in the series. Uncharted's one of my favorite game franchises of all time. Like Holden said in his video, it added a bunch from Uncharted 1, and it was hard to top in 3 and 4. And the story's great. This is the one scene you get of Sully, so I just had to throw that in there. My favorite character. But yeah, Uncharted 2, very good game.
Yeah, and there's more, it's strange. The story isn't... let's be honest. Uncharted is sometimes ripping off other things because it's just a pop culture of an explorer. But Uncharted 2 seemed like the most original.
All right, see you guys later.
Yeah,
that's my top 10.